This is the SmallRig Wireless Control Handheld Ring. It's one of my new favorite pieces of gear, and it has a load of incredible features, all for less than $500. So I think the best way to start this video is to talk about some of the prerequisites you need to be able to actually use this gimbal most effectively. Which means at the time of recording this video, this ring grip is only compatible with DJI RS2 and the DJI RS3 Pro gimbals. Other than that, everything else is pretty hunky-dory and straightforward, so let's get on to what you get in the box. So straight out of the box, we have all the little doovalaki small parts on top here first. We also have the cables, the standing legs. This small little part here is just one that they include standard that you can mount to the ring, and then you can choose to mount whatever you like to it. For me, I'm gonna mount my top handle to this. We also have one of the hand grips. You can choose whatever side you would like these on. And of course, we have the main hand grip, which is the wireless control one. And lastly, we have the actual ring components themselves, which are super durable and lightweight. And then you have the instructions in the box, which, let's face it, none of us really care about. Now the boring stuff is out of the way, let's have our dessert first and talk about some of the really cool features I like about this product. Number one is the lightweight carbon fiber design is really good, especially when you're holding this for longer periods of time. I also like where the hand grips are placed and how they give you like a neutral grip that distributes the weight nice and evenly across both wrists, as opposed to straining one wrist like you would if you were to normally operate the Ronin as is. And a bonus tip on that note, if you are doing lower angled shots, make sure you have a top handle on top of the ring, otherwise it will definitely cook your back. And yes, I'm speaking from experience. Number two is of course the man of the hour when it comes to this ring itself, which is of course the wireless control handle. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the main selling features and why I decided to get this gimbal in the first place is the wireless control operation of that handle. It's super easy to connect, it's pretty reliable, I haven't had any issues with it thus far, and it just makes it so much easier to be able to actually get those decent shots while holding this out. And for those bigger productions, it is a wireless handle, so you don't even need to be right next to the gimbal. You can actually have your focus puller, or be it your director's monitor, and be able to control the joystick from there. You don't necessarily have to be right on the camera. Also just wanted to point out, SmallRig make two versions of this ring, one without the wireless handle and one with the wireless handle. And I think to be able to effectively use this to the best of its ability and be able to get the best possible shots, I think you do need that wireless handle. Definitely worth the investment in upgrading to that top model. Number three is modularity. What I really like about a ring like this is it's essentially a blank canvas that you can transform and really make it your own. What I really like is as your gear evolves, as your work evolves, and the type of projects you're doing evolves, you can also tweak how you rig out and set up this ring. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you can actually have the gimbal in underslung mode and hang it from the top, or you can just have it traditionally mounted from the bottom. The choice is yours. My fourth favorite feature is the quick release plate included. So when you have this mounted, you can quickly take your camera off the ring and go straight back into a traditional gimbal setup. It's really great for those run and gun projects or anyone who shoots events. And my fifth and final favorite feature about this is the feet. And not in some weird fetish way, it's literally just super handy when you get tired to be able to pop that ring straight down your entire gimbal. It gets heavy, being able to pop that down somewhere and have those feet there to stabilize it is super great. There are previous versions like the Ronin M and things like that, if we're going way back, where they didn't have anything for you to be able to sit your gimbal down unless you had the stand with you, and who's gonna bring that all the time? So any gimbal that has a feet, most of them do these days, but any gimbal that has feet, absolute must. That is definitely not a sentence I've said out loud a lot. I don't know if it's just me too, but I also kind of feel a little bit gross the amount of times I said feet throughout this entire video. But no good things are ever perfect. Let's talk about some of the cons. The cons about this ring is to be able to use it to its maximum capabilities and to be most effective for you, you really need to be able to rig this out, which means you need to get all the right mounts, all the right accessories and everything like that, monitors and V-mount batteries, so forth, to be able to really use this and maximize the capabilities of this ring, which as you guess gets gets pretty expensive pretty quickly, and not to mention the time element of it. It takes so much time to be able to then set and wriggle this out, then tweak it for every project, and so on and so forth. Second con about this product is the battery life of the wireless handle. It only lasts, for me, only about 4 to 6 hours. It says it can last about 8, but I've only ever had it for like 4 to 6 hours, which on a full day shoot isn't really ideal. And I actually found myself having to charge using a V-mount battery into a USB-C cable to then charge that grip. For me, it wasn't that huge of a deal because I'm not also operating it wirelessly, so I can just run that USB-C cable to it into the V-mount, but is what it is. One I didn't really like is the wireless handle is actually quite small. So when you've got it in your right hand, it is really, really small, and I've only got medium-sized hands. The left one felt super sturdy and was great, but that wireless handle is really small, so keep that in mind as well. You don't want to be accidentally pressing buttons or anything like that. I don't know why I did that. And the final con about this product is the price. It is very expensive, coming in at just under $500 Australian, essentially for just a ring of carbon fiber and a wireless handle. But in complete honesty, if I had to choose between the ring grip or like a dual handle, which is of course half the price, I'm unsure which one I'd choose. For those bigger productions and the bigger camera setups, this is a really affordable ring that it will go really well with an easy rig or something like that that will really take the weight off. So perfect for something like that, highly recommend. If you're interested in checking out the SmallRig rig or any of the accessories and mounting options that I used for this, or any of the gear in this video for that matter, I'll put links down in the description below. I do get a small kickback if you decide to use that, which helps support this channel and help create more videos just like this one. There you have it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. Head over to my Instagram to check out the behind the scenes, and of course, until next time, stay golden.